All right, so I want to talk to you guys about negativity. I want to talk about rejection. I want to talk about those things, those two things, rejection and negativity. How do you handle them and how do you respond to them? How do I do it? I want to give you guys how I handle this stuff. And I also want to share with you guys some experience that I deal with so you understand, like, look, we all deal with it. We're all always dealing with it at some point in our lives. A lot of people are dealing with it right now that are watching this. If you're not, there will be a time, unfortunately, that you get some negativity, you get rejected in life. It's just the way it is. There's an opposite to everything in this world. So there's a balance here at play. Without going into that, I'll share with you some things that have happened to me that I think will give you guys maybe you can relate to it and find some inspiration from it. So when I first was trying to, I remember I think I lost my job. I think I got fired or something for having a bad attitude at a corporate job I had. And the reason why my attitude was bad is I saw mistakes and I was getting frustrated because I wanted to help the company grow and do the right thing. And I would speak up at times at meetings, and they didn't like that. Then they thought I was a bad apple. And that's what I remember. That was exactly what the CEO was saying. He's, we gotta get rid of the bad apples. Well, Chris Regis, I got fired. So I ended up getting fired, and I ended up getting hired back, but then the company went out of business. So then I was like, I need to get a job. So I went to go work at the cable company, which was Bright House at the time, which is now Spectrum. And they wouldn't hire me. And I followed up like crazy. I think I still remember the lady's name. Her name was Carol. And I was just calling the office. And finally she said, all right, come in. So I come in and she reviewed me and everything. And she's like, yeah, we can't hire you because your driving record's bad. Because I had some tickets. I'm like, oh boy. So I couldn't get a job for my driving record. So they didn't hire me. So I was a little bummed out. But whatever. So I ended up getting my real estate license, and before I really got going in the business, because I didn't know anything about it, I went to go get a job at KB Homes. I saw they were hiring. I was on like careerbuilder or something.com, which was popular then. I went to Sebastian, Florida to go and do an interview with KB Homes, and they wanted to do a personality test on me to see if I would be fit for their job. Well, as I walked through there, I remember seeing a girl there that I knew, so she probably knew, hey, yeah, Chris is going to try to get this job, this position. Well, after doing the test, they told me I failed the personality test for what they were looking for, and I didn't get the job. I was pretty bummed out. I remember I was like, oh man, that stinks. I don't have what it takes. I'm not good. Maybe what I was analyzing everything. Did I write the wrong questions? Like, I just didn't have a belief in myself. I didn't have the confidence, and I was embarrassed, especially knowing that girl was probably like, I was caring about what other people think too. I was like, that girl was probably thinking something, oh, this guy didn't even get it. So I was just really embarrassed. I mean, this is at my entry level of my time. Like, I'm trying to come up and trying to do something with my life, and I'm getting rejected, and I feel no good. And I ended up obviously, I think I ended up working at like Home Depot, and I was starting to get involved with real estate at this time. So I'm going to share this with you. I think this is funny, just because of what unfolded. So KB Homes was a home builder, and they said I wasn't a good sales associate. Well, I didn't pass their test. I don't want to say they didn't say I was a good one. They didn't want to hire me for that position because I didn't pass their personality test. And I ended up later on becoming a realtor, which I still am today. And I ended up selling over $40 million in real estate, and I'm still going strong today. And they are out of business, and or they stopped building because of the market and everything. So I ended up prevailing, and that was good that I actually got rejected by them, and they didn't want to hire me because I had a better path to go down. There was a better door for me to walk through. So those doors got closed, and it walked me through to a better door. And my best friend, he works at Spectrum. He's like, man, you should be happy that you didn't get a job there. He's like, because look at where you're at today. And that's true. So I want you guys to understand that when you get rejected sometimes, and you feel like you're this big, just understand life's trying to push you in the right direction. Okay, so don't always think it's a bad thing. Okay, it's hard. You got to try to see there's something positive behind this, like behind you getting life kicking you around and pushing you around a little bit. So besides some of those rejections, I'll give another rejection. Actually, two more. I'll give you two more that were, these are like negative things like that are happening, unfortunately. And like one was, this is funny because this doesn't always have to do with business, but like being interested in, like there was a girl I was really interested in, and just wanted 5 minutes of her time. She wouldn't give me that, and possibly because she maybe wasn't attracted to me, my exterior. She didn't maybe know me and stuff, so she probably analyzed me the best she could and said no thanks. So that sucked, but it is what it is. You got to have still a good belief about yourself and be like, you know what, even though she didn't see no value in me, I still think I have a lot of value, and I'm going to continue to working on myself. And the truth comes out eventually, and maybe things change. If not, no biggie. That was, it is what it is. So you got to kind of brush stuff off and not let it bother you too much. If it does bother you, and I'm sure there has been some of those moments, these things I'm telling you about did upset me, so I end up turning this into fuel, and I'm going to tell you my little example on how I do it, or just like the way I look at it. What else? Business owner in town. I wanted to show him my idea I created. I went and met with him, and I thought it was going to go really good. I was so excited. Right off the bat, the first thing he says, "Oh yeah, you have that one thing, right? Yeah, that's a bad business model." Like that was like the introduction. That was like the first thing he said, bad business model. So already I'm like, all right, how do I I gotta defend myself. I gotta, so like he was just like picking it apart. And I was kind of bummed out, and I was coming up with solutions and stuff. And then at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, man? Because I reached out to him afterwards. I'm like, hey, I figured out this. And he didn't even want to reply. He didn't even want to respond. So I'm like, you know what, man? The guy just doesn't see any value in me, and he probably doesn't think, he doesn't see what I see, and that's okay. That's okay. So, I got rejected there. Whatever. So it happens to me. It's going to happen to you. It probably already has. And it's going to be all types of areas of life. And besides that, you're going to get some negative feedback. Just like, I get thumbs down sometimes on my YouTube videos. It's going to happen. You got to be able to take these hits. You got to not let it rattle you. But I've been called cocky plenty of times. There's a fine line. I just think sometimes confidence gets kind of looked at as like cocky, but I think everyone should have a belief in themselves. So if, I look at boxers that go in the ring, they can't go in there thinking, I hope I'm going to win. They got to have the mindset is I am going to win. I'm going to be great. And I think that's how you got to approach life. It's like, no, I am good. I am valuable, because we get hit with so much negativity. It's easy to knock you down and keep you down. And that's the easiest thing to do in the world, is to be negative and complain, right? It's so easy. There's an abundant amount of that everywhere. So if you want to go find negativity, go out and go talk to people. You will find it. The hardest thing to find is positivity. So I'll get feedback. Chris, I think that guy's cocky. That's fine. Whatever, if that's how you want to look at me, that's how you want to look at me. I'm not going to sweat it. I have to have this belief in myself if I want to do these things. I can't come up here, especially on camera, or anything I do in life, any goal. I can't be like, oh, I hope. No, I have to be like confident that I'm going to make it happen. And you got to carry yourself that way. You just have to respect people and be humble as much as you can. And that's something obviously I'm big on, because that's working on yourself. I've been told I'm selfish multiple times. I'm a selfish guy. It's confusing to me because I feel like I'm always giving and constantly giving, so it kind of bums me out. But I do something with all these things that I get hit with, all this rejection, all this negativity, okay? So here's the way I want you to, this is what I want to kick out to you. This is the main thing, which is why you probably see this picture on my thumbnail on this video, is that there's a DeLorean on here. The reason why there's a DeLorean, because in Back to the Future, I think it was either 1 or 2, right at the beginning, Doc Brown slides in, knocks over the trash can. He comes out of the DeLorean, goes and grabs the trash can, and goes through the trash can and grabs all this junk, right? And throws it in the gas compartment, right, for fuel. So I look at that in life. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be the DeLorean. And people are like, what do you mean? Like, I've told my buddy this. He's like, well, you're going to be the DeLorean. I'm like, I'm going to be the DeLorean. I'm going to take all the negativity and all the junk that's like trash to me in life, all this negative crap, and that's my fuel. So whenever somebody tells you you're no good, they think you're not good enough, you get rejected, you get, whatever. You get called, all types of bad things. That's free fuel. That's free motivation. When people say that to me and I get that stuff back, if it upsets me, I turn it into fuel. That's like, if anything, that's the worst thing they can do. If they want me to fail, that's the worst thing you can do, because all you're going to do is fire me up. I'm gonna stay calm. I'm not gonna be rattled, but I'm gonna now grind it even harder. So those people or those things that happen to me that are negative, the doubters, the people that don't, like, I hate to use the word haters because I don't want to be somebody's like, oh, the haters. Just know that all that negativity, I use that as fuel. I become the DeLorean. So as much as they want to rattle me and try to knock me down, it secretly is my fuel, and I love it. So please doubt me. Please tell me I'm no good. It hurts sometimes, but I'm like, please reject me. That's okay. You think I stink? You think I suck at life? That's fine. I'm going to show you what I'm about. And that's the mindset you got to have. That's how you got to live life. You got to, don't engage with them. Don't let them suck you in. It's poisonous. It's cancerous. They'll bring you down, and they're going to make you throw out what they're throwing you. And you're going to be just like all of them, all complaining and being negative. No, take their junk and put it in you like fuel. Use it as fuel. Take that junk. Be like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Take the hits. That's strength. That's power. Take those hits and use it as fuel, my friend. That's what it's all about. When you get rejected, when you get hit with negativity, you got to use it as fuel. It is free fuel. And after you do what you got to do with that fuel, be humble. Be humble in the good times. Make sure you don't ever go back and be like, I told you so. Haha. Let your results speak. That's the secret. That's how you handle it. So, just so you guys know, that's what you got to do as far as handling negativity and rejections. It's free fuel. It's free motivation. Take it. Use it. If it angers you and makes you upset, take action with it. That's free fuel to go out there and achieve your goal and achieve your result. And that's the last thing they want to see. So go ahead and use it. They want to kick that to you. You're going to take that information. You're going to take all that negativity and you're going to turn that into positivity. And you're going to use that as your fueling, your drive, your motivation to get you to where you want to be. DeLorean, fill it up and you fly off into the future. That's what you need to do. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in another segment.